Hubert Humphrey, the man some say lived the phrase public servant, lies in state in Washington tonight. We'll go there for a report. Here in Cleveland, Humphrey is remembered by political friend and enemy alike.
And we're also going to update Northeast Ohio's battle with the weather. Don't give up yet. There's one more go around. Fred has a preview of the Super Bowl, and Mike comes in from the Gold to talk about more. Stay with us.
News Center 8 is next with those stories and a report from Bill McKay on some help for homeowners at tax time.
Whatever you do, that look just comes through. It's confidence, confidence. Millions of people each day help keep themselves dry the sure way. Take off your coat, America. Take off your coat to show.
Sure keeps me so dry, I can take off my coat with confidence. Most sprays go on wet and oily. Sure goes on dry and helps keep me dry all day.
Take off your coat to shore.
How about a great Sunday family meal?
Think steak, think York.
Where can we take Mom to show how we feel?
Think steak, think York.
Our family loves steak, it's a real price break.
Think steak, think York. York Steakhouse. Sunday's your day of rest, so let us serve you the best. York Steakhouse.
How much would you pay to get a good night's sleep? Well, you'll find it hard to beat this low price. At Name Brand, you pay only $57 for your choice of therapeutic quilted mattresses or foundations. Twin size, full size, or purchased in sets. Even queen or king size. $57 each piece. Why toss and turn tonight when it costs so little to buy comfort today at Name Brand? Therapeutic quilted bedding, $57 each piece. Get them while they last at Name Brand.
WJKW TV 8, Cleveland.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Finnerty. Here's what's happening. The happy warrior, Hubert Humphrey, was flown to Washington for the last time today after succumbing to cancer in his Minnesota home overnight. Humphrey's family joined Vice President Walter Mondale as Air Force One brought Humphrey's body from Waverly, Minnesota, where he died in his sleep just before 10 o'clock last evening. He had been battling cancer since early last year. The senator will lie in state in the Capitol Rotunda tonight, then be flown back to Minnesota tomorrow for funeral services there on Monday. Former President Richard Nixon is one of those heading for Washington tonight to pay respects to Hubert Humphrey. It will be the first time Nixon has been back in Washington since he resigned in 1974. Tonight, hundreds of people are standing in the cold outside the Capitol Rotunda for a chance to say goodbye.
The black limousines ended their journey at the rotunda of the Capitol, where the senator's body will lie in state for 24 hours. Family members, the Mondales, and close friends followed the sorrowful procession up the long stone steps. A large crowd waited outside in the cold, some for hours, to say a final goodbye to a man so many Americans considered a friend. The Capitol will be open all night, and thousands are expected to file by the casket. By afternoon tomorrow, Hubert Horatio Humphrey will be en route to the Minnesota he so loved for burial in Minneapolis, the city where he began his remarkable political career. Susan Spencer, CBS News, Washington.
During Humphrey's 30 years in the political arena, he made more than 30 visits to Cleveland. This is one of his last visits in October of 1975. Humphrey was applauded 20 times, even when he commented on the beautiful weather. Humphrey was addressing a gathering of 500 at the Jewish Community Center in Cleveland Heights. He had many friends here. Former Cleveland Mayor Anthony Calabrese served as Secretary of Health, Education, and Welfare during the Kennedy and Johnson administration. He worked very closely with Humphrey during his years with HEW, and he talks of their relationship.
Hubert Humphrey was a good politician because he was a good American. He was a good politician because he attended and paid attention to the needs of the people of America. I can't think of any progressive legislation that was passed in the last 20 years which dealt with human dignity and human rights and human values that Senator Humphrey didn't have a hand in. He was a great optimist. In all the years I know him, which spans now about 30 years, he was always a great optimist. He always thought he could accomplish the impossible.
The senator from Minnesota was respected on both sides of the political fence. News Center 8 talked of him with officials of the Cuyahoga County Republican and Democratic parties.
Well, Gary, I think he was a man of dedication, compassion, energy, and certainly courage, as evident in the way he closed out his life. I think he'll go down as one of the great senators of the 20th century.
Senator Humphrey was an inspirational leader. He was a man who had concern for people, and for that reason I believe he was able to deal with people in the Senate of the United States and also as Vice President.